Growing up, I had a lot of traditions in my family that we love to uphold. And the one that I want to talk to you all about today is how we decided to open up presents on my dad's side of the family. So every year for Christmas, we would go to either my dad, like we'd be with my dad at his house or at one of his siblings' houses for Christmas Day. And after we did all the other traditional things, we would open up presents. And traditional things are our traditions, not the typical American Christmas. And I can do a whole other video on that. So we would be sitting around the living room, and everyone would pass out all of the presents. So every single person would get a present from every other family. So it would be a pile of Christmas presents in front of every single person in the room. And we would always open up the presents from youngest to oldest. And so my cousin was the youngest, then my sister, and then myself. And so I was always third in line from the ages of, since I can remember, until I was about 15 years old. When I was 15, my dad had gotten remarried and his new wife has two boys. And they were about 10 and 11, I think, at this point. And so then the order changed. We had the 10-year-old got to go first because he was the youngest. And his name is Dan. And so he was going and opening up his presents. And one of the things that we always would get is a card from Grandma and Grandpa. Now, everyone knows what's in this card. Traditionally, people would open it, read it, smile, say thank you to Grandma and Grandpa, and move on to the next gift. But Dan, this is his first Christmas in this family, so he has no idea what's in this card. So he goes and he opens up the card, and his whole face lights up with joy, and he exclaims with such exuberance and loudness, $100! And everybody in the room just cracks up laughing. What I want to discuss right now is that joy and exuberance about a dollar amount. That exuberance and joy and like this overwhelming experience of tapping into abundance is what Dan is illustrating in this moment. And I don't know if you remember those different steps in your life where you were experienced what was a large amount of money. Now I put large in quotes because it's all relative, right? For a 10-year-old boy, $100 is a lot of money. And it was something new, and like maybe he had never experienced a $100 bill before. Maybe only he had experienced $20 or $10 or $1 or whatever. And so this was a whole new level of money that he had ever experienced. And it was like so exciting. So if you have your own business, maybe the first time you got your first client, or the first job you ever had and the first paycheck that you got, or if you could tap into those moments of abundance, what do you feel? What is happening in your body when you go back into that? And that's exactly what Dan depicted, is like this, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, exuberant, like so much joy, so much overflow, so much abundance, like the world is his to own and he could buy whatever he wanted, because this was such a large amount of money and there was just so much excitement and exuberance about it that he couldn't help but exclaim it as it came out of his mouth with so much joy. The reality is we have the ability to tap into that energy any moment that we want. Now, the reality is we are taught to live in fear and have this scarcity mindset around money in particular. There's always like, not enough, don't have enough. Oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills? Oh my gosh, there's so much debt. Oh my gosh, oh, that's too expensive, right? All of these qualifying things around fear of lack. Now, lack and scarcity is all an illusion. It's all an illusion because the reality is we are perfect, whole, and complete, coming to this earth in this skin suit at this time to have a human experience. But the things that we get to remember because it's not necessarily learning, we're remembering that we are part of the Most High, whether that's God, the universe, Spirit, Krishna, Buddha, whoever, whatever it is that you believe in, you're part of a bigger thing. And the concept of separation is an illusion. That separation from abundance, that separation from everything that you ever needed and wanted is an illusion. So you get to remember and tap into the abundance that is always available, because the reality is you are abundance. And so I invite you to remember that as you are going into creating wealth, creating new clients, creating abundance in your life and your world. Is to remember that separation is an illusion. Scarcity is an illusion. Scarcity is an illusion. That is something that I have to continue to say for myself, because knowing that abundance is like, it's like this river that is always flowing and is always there. And sometimes I forget that it's there, that I have the ability to just jump in. I always have that available to me. And some of you might be struggling with this concept, and that's okay. This is a concept that I've had to remember in layers. And so you might not agree with everything that I'm saying, and that's okay too. My whole point is that you are powerful. You are so powerful. You are able to create whatever it is that you need or want in your life and world. And so if you are wanting to experience coaching in your life, you get to do that. If you want to experience having lots of clients in your life, that's amazing. If you want to experience lots of vacations and trips, that's amazing. Like, you get to create the life that you want to live. And I know that money is required. And so moving through your money stories helps you to gain the thing that you say that you want, because money is required for many of the things that you say that you want. And so you get to reframe the scarcity mindset. You get to reframe what abundance looks like and feels like in your world. And if you can tap into those moments in your life where you felt like Dan, so excited, so grateful, so joyous for any amount of money, whatever that was, that if you can tap into that feeling and stay in that feeling as much as possible, you will bring in more and more and more and more and more, because you're not separate from abundance. If any of this resonated, please leave a comment, share this with somebody else. I would love to hear your thoughts. You are so magical, you beautiful, amazing soul. I love you so much.